after fighting living statues and wolves that disappeared into nothing after being killed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who drew that leaf over by the leaf door, but it looks like it's. I don't know who drew that leaf.
For me, it was just like some really weird green battery.
Yeah, it looked kind of like a lock to me.
Okay.
I'm only guilty of a pun.
Right, yeah, that pun.
So,
Yeah.
last time... Well, actually, who wants to tell a story of last time? Like it's something...
J-Mac. You know that's your job.
It's true.
It's the only reason we bring you along.
I mean, he's also apparently loot keeper as well, so he's got a lot of jobs.
I have to do what no one else seems to do because we lose so much shit. Anyway, Team Resident Pro Ghostbuster, I suppose. This is like our third ghost rodeo. Yeah, we very much just waltzed up into the manor and managed to get sucked into a weird mindscape, which you can see before us. It appears to be perhaps 100 years ago, back when the manor was actually in its prime. There's weird figments of people around. There's rooms which appear nice and decadent, but for a flash almost seem abandoned. Are we truly here, or are we just seeing what they want us to see? We're not entirely sure, but we are dressed for the occasion. Adeline and Amaya currently are embodying noble ladies, as well as Reese being a young lord. Karis is unfortunately a maid, as much as she might not want to be.
She
Cadmy's
doesn't
a gardener.
want to be. She really doesn't.
That's fair. And I am the currently murdered resident magister.
We should clarify that Estrusa hasn't been murdered. The original Magus who she is copying has been murdered.
Who happened to look like a Estrusa.
Which note, by the way, her robes currently now have a large blood stain over the heart.
Yeah, she kind of got stabbed.
I'm dead. I'm fine.
Or at least, you know, a mental doppelganger did.
We found the location of the murder with the body stabbed and hanged. A little bit excessive if you ask me, but you do you, whoever killed her.
You live your best life.
We investigated the manor somewhat, finding all of our equipment strewn about, some of which we've managed to gather up. Cadmy and her kids interrogated plants in the garden, discovering that before the Magister was murdered, the lady of the house, I believe it was, asked to talk to her. So far, our clues are a bit sparse, but we've only searched a small fraction of the manor in total.
That is very true.
Also, people be getting older and younger.
Oh no, why are places disappearing?
Reasons.
Not there anymore.
Or we're just not looking at them anymore.
The manor's slowly fading away.
Yay! Wait.
That actually could be it. Like, once we're done in an area, it might empty.
But Miss Guadalupe...
Now,
Lady Guadalupe.
Now, of course, Lady Shiva was delayed upon getting here. She had spent far too much time with her current love interest.
Oh, okay, that's what we're going with.
You haven't given me anything else, so I'm going with this.
Sounds about right.
Shiva arrives a few days later. Well, maybe a few days, a few hours. It's not entirely clear. She arrives later. Yet, for all of you, what simply happens is you have a woman walk in through the front door. That for Shiva, as you're stepping, walking forward, you're walking through what appears to be the front doors of a dilapidated old building. You can see the party's cart outside, kind of parked up. Remnants of them having been here. It doesn't look like they've been here in a while. But regardless, you take a peek inside, and almost as soon as you do so, you hear the door click behind you. And suddenly, that's gone, and what was a dilapidated building unveils itself into a beautiful house. And Shiva, you find all your personal belongings change, or mostly disappear, and you yourself have been placed into this story as a beautiful, red-headed noblewoman in a fine white dress, covered in elaborate jewelry, and a strange, creepy pipe at her side.
Huh. Okay.
We may have
Looks like it's made
found
of bone.
we may have found her love interest.
Oh god, no.
Or herself.
Looks very similar to the picture on top of the wall.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
oh,
the lady of the
found
house.
herself.
Dang it,
Ah,
that's...
So Shiva has to get with Amaya, right? Okay.
No, Adeline.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we determined it's more likely Adeline.
more likely, but which is more humorous?
Kelris.
Yeah.
No, I don't think she goes for tails.
Well, at least
Well,
Husky
it's not about her. It's about the lord of the house.
Shiva still looks elfy right now, just so you're aware.
Oh, okay.
Not changed your races.
Hi, Shiva. Welcome.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh, you eventually turned up. Good, good. Now we're all happily trapped here.
Yep.
For reference, for Rose's reference, Kelris at this point actually looks a fair bit younger. Like, not quite, well, just barely in adulthood, you'd say. She lost, like, 4 years? Yes, 4 years, I believe it was.
Meanwhile, Koro has currently been transformed into a cat who got aged a lot, so he looks a really wrinkly old cat.
Yes.
Yeah, meanwhile, Amaya looks younger. Also looks like crap, like she hasn't slept in a week. And, Airlease is now a bird.
Amaya lost charisma, I believe.
Yeah, no, I'm suffering from a lot of charisma damage.
Yeah, I lost 1, I think you lost like 3 or 4 charisma.
Yeah, I'm down to 5
Oh.
charisma.
Okay,
Yeah.
hi, voice crack. Hustia can technically be in here with that helmet. That's what
I mean,
thing I could probably cover.
I
She
don't
probably
know.
would use it.
It's a weird thing because we all lost our gear when we entered here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, would that like change anything? I guess if she tried walking in with the helmet.
Well, you don't see Hestia.
Oh, okay.
Plus, from the outside, we reckon the mana wouldn't support Hestia's weight.
Well, from the
She's
inside.
not gonna weigh that much.
I mean, she's still going to weigh the huge-sized creature.
Alright, well, Hustia's somewhere down in the basement. If there's a basement.
Yeah, there's
Point
a
is,
basement.
point is, you don't currently see Hestia anywhere. Also, Shiva, your bond with Hestia, like your emotional bond, feels really weak at the moment. You can still feel her, but it's really weak.
Mm,
Yeah. So is Kestia not here, or did she just not feel like coming, or?
Shiva shakes her head and frowns.
Okay, that's great.
Can Shiva get a sense of where she is? Like, is she out? Well, I mean, technically she could. We still have our magical
The
item.
promise to Shiva, she's feeling every direction.
She's
Alright,
the
then.
house.
She is the
Why is
house.
Hestia the house?
Oh, no.
And yet, at the same time, it also kind of feels like she's like at the very edge of your imperfect link range.
I will say that this is a demi-plane, I think you guys call it. This is a domain of a pretty powerful spirit. They can basically play, well, for lack of a better term, play God in this place, so.
Well, let's hope we don't just piss off the local god.
Well, yeah, that's true.
So, we don't have a key for the leaf door yet, I believe.
Yeah, we do.
Do we? Did we?
Yep, Academy pulls out a key.
Oh, well, let's
Okay.
go that way, I guess.
Right over there.
Yeah, may as well exhaust all of our keys before we go to the basement.
Or upstairs again.
True enough.
Someone's drawing Anastusa.
Can you not tell that's me from how shitty it is? I can't.
I didn't want to assume.
There we go. The dead Tilly will be in the Magister's room.
Who unlocks the door?
I do.
Cadney had the key, so...
Move yourself up to the plate.
Okay.
And it
Just a second here.
explodes.
Whoop.
The symbol on the door fades and opens.
A music room?
The door opens, revealing a fairly empty-looking, well, music room, I suppose, for a better lack of words, yes. A fine old piano and a great harp sit strong in the room. Old sheet music is strung about by the piano, and various paintings line the walls. The fireplace burns gingerly.
Oh, I bet we're going to have to play the right tune on the piano to open a secret passage or something like that.
Is
Ooh, maybe.
in the fireplace. I'm going to make a perception check. I'm good at those.
You look into the fireplace.
The fireplace looks back.
Some cinder blows into your eye.
Ah,
nothing else happens.
Clang! Academy
I
pokes a
don't-
few keys.
I don't think there's going to be a second thing in a fireplace.
Did you find something in a fireplace?
Oh yeah, I found a key, ring with a wheel on it.
What's that?
Hmm.
What's that noise?
What noise?
Academy looks at the piano.
Oh. Wait, we've seen a piano before.
I don't think Cadby's heard the piano played before.
Oh,
Really? I thought there was one playing in.
yeah, it's music, Cadmy. You press the keys, it makes a noise. Different keys make different noises.
Academy hops in front of the piano.
Oh god, Kelris covers her ears.
Samaya too.
I will give you moral support for a +4.
Yes. I'm just gonna roll a flat charisma check.
You know what? Doesn't sound half bad.
Okay, it's surprisingly good for a first try.
Yeah,
Yeah, Kemi pushes a few keys and goes, winces a bit, and then plays again, and you actually get a pretty good chord. But she doesn't play a song, she just manages to actually get a chord out.
Kelris will pick up one of the music sheets and show it to Cadmy as like, basically starts trying to explain music in that these symbols mean different noises. So, like, this symbol might mean, and she presses a key, this one. Kelris is not a musical person, she does not understand what all the symbols mean, but, you know, it's a quick, dirty overview of, this is sheet music.
Academy just sort of lets you explain. Kelris, I can barely read.
Well, you don't need to read, it's all symbols.
Academy takes a few of the sheets and puts it in front of the piano.
Reese is going to come over and actually with a musical background, being the bard,
Yeah, let's.
is going to make a really cheap translation here for you of literally doing the beginner's thing of marking 1, 2, 3, 4, basically.
Oh.
So key on the left, 1, key on the second, 2, etc.
Okay. So numbers, but I can just match the numbers. Okay.
Just match it to the keys, Cadmy.
Right, it's okay. She'll give it a whirl.
Do you want me to show you?
Okay, you got it. You explained.
I see.
Uh-huh.
Actually, looking through the window, you don't see the party.
Whack.
You see nothing
See
but
my
a
smiley face?
you see nothing but a closed curtained room.
Okay, so probably not seeing my smiley face.
The others, though, don't see S2 for outside.
Is it just because the curtains are closed?
No, there are no curtains.
Oh, I thought you said it was a closed curtain room from the outside.
Yes, from S2's point of view, it's
Oh, I
closed curtain.
see. I see. We're seeing basically Isusu on the outside is seeing it at a different time frame to us inside, and in her time frame they've installed curtains.
Do I break the window?
Yes.
Probably not the best idea.
Yeah, not right now.
Hey, Dark.
Yeah.
You said there were a bunch of like music sheets just kind of scattered around.
Yes.
So am I just gonna start picking them up and look to Reese and say, Reese, there's 2 instruments here and a bunch of scattered music sheets. Do you think you'd be able to figure out which ones belong to which? I get the feeling there are 2 different songs in these sheets.
Probably. I mean, the piano and the harp don't play anything like each other.
That's what I was thinking.
They're not even in the same instrument.
They are technically.
Academy
Shut
actually
up.
is doing pretty
Shut
good
up.
at, getting the notes right.
Damn, Cadmy.
Yeah, she rolled a
Reese
19.
Reese actually going to take one of them for the harp over here and is going to start performing himself. This is more his performance.
And we have a duet.
Mm-hmm. And Reese will even add his singing on top of it as well. Well, more just humming, but
I was going to ask if there was singing sheet.
no. But Reese can at least hum to keep tune and keep beat with Cadmy. Well, we don't have a metronome around. Or a conductor. No, deserve get a conductor. Just one to follow us around everywhere. Yeah, the 2 begin to play, but it almost seems like the notes they play is reverberating through the building. picking up momentum, and almost more music being produced than that should be possible from the two instruments. As this is going, right where Karos is currently standing,
Oh god.
a woman holding a cello is suddenly appearing and playing incorporeally.
I step out of her way.
And into a violinist.
Well, not quite. There is a woman near. There is someone standing where Amaya is, essentially with an equivalent of an old-fashioned xylophone.
Just gonna step out of the way of that.
Interesting.
As players begin to appear all over the room, 8 in total, and refracting light off of it, a beautiful diamond signet.
Ooh.
Oh, hey.
There we go. Back
Yonk.
up. So, musical people appeared. Diamond Signet appeared. Yoinking.
Adeline yoinks it as it becomes solid in her hand instead of just ethereal light.
Ooh, signet.
It appears to bear the marking of this house on it.
But this opens a diamond door.
Was there a diamond door? I don't remember one.
No,
Not
there
that
wasn't.
We found.
Then again, we also haven't found a wheel door or a. What's the other one?
Now, what is that chiming? That. Right there.
I mean,
The
Oh, it's gone now.
ticking noise?
No. There's a ding noise. It's gone now. Keep your
Oh, like a little bell
Bell.
or something?
yeah.
Yes, this signet ring also counts as a magical item.
Ooh.
Oh, really?
ooh.
It counts as it is a ring of light.
Cool.
When worn, it illuminates illuminates constant light around it as per the light cantrip. Once per day, however, this light can be extended out to that of daylight.
Ooh,
Okay, that's handy, I guess.
fancy and bright.
If you're wearing the ring, there is no way to turn off the light.
Adeline puts the ring on. I like it. I like how it looks.
It's a very soft white glow from it, rather beautiful almost. Also, Amaya,
Yep.
can you make a perception check? Frank Academy.
Okay. That was the wrong button. Damn it, game.
Your spellcraft check has failed.
There we go.
I win.
Ah.
Show off.
You both, however, notice this though. The painting that's next to both of you, there, glimmers under the purifying light of that ring.
Hmm.
The picture
Adeline.
The picture has shifted very slightly.
Adeline, bring the ring
Mhm.
over here.
Okie dokie.
No, this one over there.
Oh, my bad.
As Adeline brings it over, it almost seems like it burns away the painting on top to reveal a different painting underneath.
What's this?
The painting underneath has a young red-headed girl sitting beside a rich older noble gentleman. A father-daughter maybe?
Maybe. Seems like it.
There's also a weird thing behind them. A faceless figure, but almost wrapping its arms around both of them. Like a ghost.
That's creepy. though.
Oh. Is the music still playing?
But it depends. Has Academy stopped playing?
Oh, no.
Then yes, we're going.
Academy's gonna. She'll finish the measure and then sort of do a little flourish and end it and go. I don't know what I was doing, but that was fun. And then turn. Academy's gonna look at the painting a little bit closer and try to see if she can figure out any details about that phantom-y figure, and whether it looks like it's looming over them or is it protecting them.
It looks protective to you. Whatever it is.
Wow. Do we know what happened to the mother of this family?
No.
Well, seeing as how we didn't really know anything about his family until we came in here, I'm going to assume no.
Academy will gently touch the painting.
Nothing happens.
Is there a significance on this painting?
Yes.
Okay. Ah,
A strong emotion of love.
that's nice. Yeah, I do believe this is the family. Unfortunately, it looks like the mother passed, but she's remained around, which is good. Or, yeah.
Are you
I
sure it's
wonder where
good?
she is now.
Presumably gone.
Well, no. Well, if she was a spirit in the past and can be seen in this painting, then why wouldn't she still be here?
I mean, this whole place is meant to be like made of the lady's thoughts, tainted a bit by our own. Could it? It might be a case of the mother isn't still around, but the daughter wished she was or felt that she was, and that's why she's showing up in the painting.
Well, I suppose actually that's really clever, Calris. That could be true.
He
Let me
grins.
find out.
Oh.
Cadme is going to do channel location on the painting.
Right, remind me how this works again?
Objects of particular importance to a creature count as me allowing me to draw them to me and give me a little bit of possession, like that question thing I do.
But wouldn't this be more important to the daughter, not the mother?
That's a good question. Is it important to the mother? And if it is, she'll come to me, and if it isn't, it won't work.
I'm just worried it might draw the daughter into you.
Well, then I suppose at that point you guys have some problem to fix.
The
It is a
walls, of
family.
the walls of the house begin to groan as you start channeling.
Oh, this is a bad idea.
Parts of it bending and twisting as you see pieces of woodwork on the ground start splintering.
This is such a bad idea. Please stop, Cadme. You're not channeling the
It will only
mother.
take a moment.
You're not channeling the mother.
She can't hear you at this point.
Okay, so Academy's proceeding regardless of the warning
I mean, if you
signs.
guys want to like touch her, then yes, you can stop her. But
I was considering just decking her.
don't need to do that.
It's Academy's style. It's Kara style, sorry. You know how it goes.
It is quite Kara style, but she'll step in and she won't deck her. She'll just sort of rub her shoulder and shake a bit.
Oh,
Can we stop?
Aye.
You're channeling the house.
Oh,
Look, and she points at the broken floorboards.
Which now start receding back like a creature worming away into the shadows.
okay. It apparently didn't like that. Interesting. Okay. Apparently the mother still loves, but apparently the house is, grumpy.
I mean, if the house is part of the lady that was here, then you were probably channeling her, and because you were pulling her out of the house was starting to fall apart and fight back.
Or it was being very angry that I was calling someone here that it didn't like. Either one.
I guess.
Dark, does this door open?
Yes. Do you open it?
Yes.
Boy.
What Amaya bears witness to opening up this door
Oh.
is a relatively empty room, with two exceptions.
Would one be the corpse on the floor?
Yes. Because it's something you do witness. In the room, there appears to be an intricate circle drawn in blood on the ground. Some kind of occult ritual drawn around that of a mummified body. Meanwhile, in complete kind of juxtaposition to that, there are multiple chairs in the room, a nice table, and some cake, as if people had been celebrating in here around the dead body.
Okay.
So the body looks very, very old, like something dug up from an ancient tomb.
The cake is a lie.
Yeah, Maya's just gonna step in and just start trying to figure out what this occult ritual is about.
Calvis is not stepping on the body or the blood patches, that's just where the token has to go. So if she can see anything...
Wait, there's the bell again. Happen. Oh, it's gone again.
I think Kedmi's going crazy.
I think she already was.
She was always crazy. And she hears things that we don't, so who knows? Maybe it's a ghost with a ghost bell.
It's paradigm previously.
I like the idea of a ghost following her now, just ringing a bell every 4 seconds.
I don't know if I'm that crazy.
You're not crazy, you're psychic.
Yeah.
I mean, again, no one listened to the seer before walking into the house.
If-
It's because the seer didn't want to go into the house.
yeah.
Well, there's a good reason for that.
I mean, we decided to go into the house anyway, so it's
Yeah, we had to go into the house one way or the other.
And there's
Yeah.
no escaping it now. Something which Maya saw it out in the garden before when herself and Reese went outside. If deep out into the garden, it just turns to all mist.
So, what kind of check do you want for this circle?
To identify this ritual would be a religion check.
Oh, okay.
Shiva, you up?
I'm gonna do.
Oh, I just looks at it and goes, I have no idea what this is.
I have an aid, Shiva. I can do
Academy?
that for you.
I will take the aid.
You may also roll, in your case, a nature check.
Interesting.
Yes, I can get that. Yeah, I can get it.
Okay. I also used bestow insight myself.
Oh, jam.
So, Cadme,
Yeah.
you can sense this ritual has something to do with spirits, the dead. Shiva, however, knocks this out of the park and just knows everything. So this was a occult ritual, designed to be performed by a single individual, much like how you might consider a old, you know how like you consider those old-fashioned seances where you like ask the spirit, "Are you here?" and things react. Very much like you expect a medium to do. Well, it's similar, though. Well, yes, it's very similar in some regards. This ritual would force a spirit to make manifest from its body in front of everyone as a phantasm, a pseudo phantom who can't harm anyone but can communicate with the living.
So essentially, it's a really elaborate talk with the dead.
The different, yes.
All right. That's my like ghosty talky skill, being the bridge, Nayodi.
It's quite the intricate ritual, to be honest.
Ooh. Cammy hops over the table, looking down at the ritual. She'll sort of chase one of her fingers across one of the blood lines and goes, "Oh, this is interesting."
I'm fairly sure that's probably the caster's blood.
Hmm.
Circle. The caster becomes the anchor to this world as they call the spirit back to take form.
Interesting.
In theory, the spirit that appears can interact with the world as much as the ghost can interact with the world. That is, though it should be forbidden from being able to harm things.
From just looking at the corpse without touching it, is it possible to tell if it's meant to be any of us?
You don't think so? It's very old and very mummified.
Right.
To Shiva's mind, this almost with the setup that's kind of going on here, it seems like very much one of those kind of noble soiree, like, oh, look at this interesting little attraction kind of situations.
So it was a party trick for them.
Yes.
It's a bit disrespectful. Why would they do that, Shiva? That's rude.
She shrugs. Some nobles are kind of dicks.
That,
Can confirm.
I mean, I don't imagine all nobles are male. I mean, you're noble, aren't you?
She just raises an eyebrow at Cadme and doesn't say anything else.
Cammy just looks down and then back up. I'm very confused. But no matter.
But there's cake in the room, though. I think
What sort of cake?
I mean,
chocolate and strawberry.
Amaya just says, don't eat the cake.
Bad experience.
Very.
Good.
I'm a professional. I think I can handle a piece of cake.
It's going to turn into grave soil in your mouth.
Say that like I haven't eaten worse.
Does this too
I
eat
don't
a slice
want-
of cake?
She's not gonna eat a slice of cake, but she'll dip her finger in the sauce.
Do you have a rich chocolate sauce all over your finger?
She sniffs it.
It smells like chocolate.
She gives it a little lick.
It tastes like chocolate.
Ha.
It also tastes very. Also tastes like something else in there as well, though.
Is it blood?
No, it tastes like a fortitude save.
Told you not to eat the fucking cake.
If it's a poison,
Go ahead.
if it's a poison or disease effect, then I'm gonna spend another hour of Word of the Season to roll it twice.
It is in fact a poison or disease effect.
7 hours. Let's try that again. Better.
Astufa, you can also roll me an alchemy check.
Oh yeah. Not steal your Luigi roll. Adeline.
I mean, to be fair, Luigi's not an alchemist.
No, I mean not oh yeah.
There's kind of this delicious little zing at the end of the end of it, which to Astufa tastes delicious. Yet she realizes that's as your alchemical mind starts thinking about what you just tasted. Just one moment, let me pull up exactly the name of it. You're pretty sure that was dosed with the very expensive poison King Sleep,
Ooh.
which deals 1 con drain per day
It's bad
I
stuff.
wonder if that's also in the strawberries.
for infinite duration. By the way, it lasts until you double save it, or until you die. Whatever comes first.
Yeah, no,
It's a 5 grand poison.
Somebody has a very expensive taste in death.
I told you not to eat the cake.
The thing is, though, by the way, if this was actually served to a room full of guests, it would really kill 90% of.
Oof. I have a feeling someone wasn't taking any prisoners.
Interesting.
Like this poison was specifically designed for this kind of purpose of being able to kill basically an entire court's worth of people at once, and with enough time that you can get away before they'll ever find out it was you, because it might take a week for everyone who's what happened. But that is too late. Nothing.
So did Dirk turn to a robot for anyone
I
else?
was
Yeah,
about
you
to
joined the
ask the same.
Decepticons.
Wrong time. I'm not doing sci-fi today, wrong.
Yes, you are apparently.
So is Tinder a little bit.
It's probably the storm that they're dealing with.
Yeah, we
considering
can't.
you know.
We are kind of under a massive storm right now.
Yeah, I'm definitely guessing it's the weather.
Mhm.
My roof for you.
Yeah, both of you are really bad robots right now.
I'm sorry, I do not speak binary.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you want, we can be a little bit more respectful and try the same ritual. If everyone died in here, then we could just, ask the person who got summoned what happened.
Doesn't
Though
that need the body?
Cabby just looks at the body.
That's a different body than what was the people killed in here.
Well, I get that, but he would have been here for when everyone died of poison.
Possibly. I mean, I don't see any harm in trying.
The poison does take a long time to kill, so he wouldn't have been here when they died.
Yeah, it takes a couple of days.
Okay, well that's fair.
I wonder. Stiffa just kinda shoves the cake into her hat.
Your cake is now covered in hat. Your hat is now covered in cake. Sorry.
That's fine.
Or is the
Hoping it
cake
comes out
covered in
this
the
close.
hat?
Something is covered in something.
If this is truly a mindscape, it won't matter when they get out of here.
31 dark.
Ah. There's something beneath the floorboards you can smell.
Yeah, well, they're talking about summoning the corpses. Keris suddenly gets distracted, sniffing around. She goes around and then she sort of basically takes out her axe, jams it into the edge of one of the floorboards, and starts levering to try and lift it.
What are you? Ah!
There's something down here. I can smell it.
Could you, Hazel, help her? Hazel just walks over to the floorboard and drags a finger across it and unzips the floorboard.
She sort of blinks a few times. I forgot you could do that.
Hazel shrugs. At will wood shape. Yay!
Chorus. There's a ladder leading down.
Huh. Secret basement entrance.
I told you Hussie was in the basement.
How did I smell a ladder?
No, you didn't smell. You didn't smell the ladder. What you smell is the blood on the ladder.
Mm.
Ah. And I'm guessing it doesn't look like the ritual blood has just dripped
No,
down the ladder.
the ritual blood's all dry right now. That's wet blood on the ladder.
Wait, this is fresh blood. No, it's not. She sort of pokes a finger at it. It's not congealed or anything. It's fresh. Or mindscape fresh. I'm not sure what's real here, but it's not old.
Mustafa cast detect poison on the blood.
There's no poison on the blood.
Okay, so probably not one of the guests.
I start climbing down.
Make me a climb check as you're going down. It is slippery.
I have plus 18.
I said, make me a climb check. Admittedly, for you, it basically doesn't matter. For everyone else, it does matter.
That was a bad roll.
But Karos is fine. The old rickety ladder kind of shakes a bit. And it's slippery, but you're fine. You're okay.
I'm sort of climbing down on... she's not even paid attention to if anyone else is following her, but she does call up, careful, it's slippery and really old. The ladder won't take much weight.
Adeline jumps down and flies down.
Please don't land on me, I'm still climbing.
Don't worry.
Oh, you accidentally pull your hand away from Hazel. No. Oh.
Adeline,
Mm-hmm.
as you jump down into the darkness below, you can't really see what's down there as you jump. Whatever strange reason.
You land on spikes.
Not quite. Well, Adeline does find, however, as she starts floating down, it's a good thing that she's floating somewhat slowly because she has an opportunity to quickly kind of direct herself as she falls.
Mm-hmm.
A room covered in sharp glass.
Oh, careful of the glass. There's a lot of glass down here. There's a whole lot of glass. Yeah, be careful when coming down. Do not slip. It's not going to be fun whenever you hit the ground.
Now, just as a quick question, a random thought, does it look like glass or does it look like mirror shards, like someone's broken mirrors down here?
No, it looks like wine bottle glass, which is fitting because you've apparently arrived in a wine cellar.
Fair enough.
Except every single bottle of it has been shattered, and the ground is covered in slippery wine and glass.
What a waste of good wine.
And there's a kind of watery trail of blood going through the wine deeper into the room.
Man, these were some good
Here.
vintages as well.
Uh-huh.
There's this really weird effect, though, that so as anyone who's very familiar with blood, aka Kelris, the blood's not mixing with, like, the way the blood and the wines are interacting doesn't make sense to you.
Can I tell if the blood is, based on this interactions and stuff, if the blood is real or if it's part of the mindscape?
Do you think the blood's real and the wine's part of the mindscape?
Someone's... a real person's been injured down here not long ago. But she sort of kicks her foot between the wine and the blood. Like, it's separate things. It's like it's on different planes. And she just starts very quickly following the blood trail.
At that sort of note, the 3 members of Elm Dance come down the ladder.
Everyone else have to take climb checks to get into the basement.
Anyone who
Before
can't
I-
fly.
Before we jump down, what is this on the wall?
It's a extinguished fireplace.
Anything in it?
Nope, except a long passageway going upwards, because of course it's a chimney.
Anything up the flue?
Connections to other fireplaces.
Hmm.
Now on every fireplace ever will be checked.
Fireplace, big bet, BBEG.
Mm-hmm.
Hey Adeline, how deep is it?
It's about
Decently?
Yeah, it's a bit of a distance down. It's more than. It's hard to say because reality warps around this place. But you think in total goes about 40.
Superhero landing, do it.
Broken glass. Istifa will activate her and gracefully take herself and Shiva down and fly. She probably also knows she's flying.
She doesn't just grab Shiva, yank her off the ground, and then start climbing down the ladder.
You have to be careful going down like that.
I'm probably like holding Shiva up so I can just kind of like
And Shiva sees herself being lowered above broken glass.
Really, Adeline? Would it have
What was
taken you
that?
like a minute to maybe throw something over all this glass?
I don't have anything. She gestures to
The
the
dress.
red dress she's wearing now.
Oh, you should start carrying around rolls of carpet, okay?
Yeah, see, that's
Meanwhile, Kelvis has just run off into the darkness.
also technically Adeline did say she followed, so
You have dark vision, Kelris?
No, yes, actually, no, no, I have low light.
You are in pitch black darkness currently.
Yes, low light. I cast dancing lights.
Okay.
Oh, lights. Had me cast dancing lights. Hazel just goes woof. Lights up the entire room.
Okay. So Karis is speeding off, and I'm going to assume here, because you don't particularly want to run across a room covered in broken glass most of the time, that you're going to use your ability so you just kind of float across the top of it.
Yeah, that makes sense. She just sort of just barely touches the glass as she skims across it.
You know, Adeline can fly.
hovering.
Hadley can fly. Estuva can fly. Shiva can be carried.
And we
Gives
sort
me a
of
lift.
left Reese upstairs.
Reese is in armor.
Oh, he's not.
He's
Oh, right.
I am, however, falling.
Oh, Lord.
Oh god.
Well, Amaya went before Reese. It's her job to catch him.
Okay.
I mean, you can attempt to climb to catch while falling, but if you fail, it's going to pull you. Means you're going to take blast damage as well.
Is he?
Big damn hero.
Oh.
Big damn hero. Big damn hero.
I don't think that's enough. It's really hard to catch.
Yeah, catching someone else while it's falling is DC of climb plus 10. If you're catching yourself while falling, it's DC 20
Mm-hmm.
plus the base.
Do I catch Reese?
Let me double check. Yes, but barely.
Unfortunately, the added weight snaps the ladder.
Reese doesn't weigh that much, luckily, but the ladder doesn't appreciate it, to be honest. Okay. Still leaves, however, Amaya and Reese kind of isolated, as they'll have to try and acrobatics their way across glass. Or just go very slowly.
Unless you have any other way of getting past it.
Actually, Reese does. I just realised.
So we're just leaving Amaya behind.
Because Reese found the Snowstrider boots and there's liquid down here which he can freeze.
True. Reese can skate across it.
across frozen wine.
Frozen wine and blood. So
Well,
what is
that
that
is the
that keeps
definition of
hovering?
popular.
What's that that keeps hovering on the side of the map? I keep seeing a bit of grey occasionally.
Yeah, it's probably dark just assembling more math.
I know, but I want to know what it is.
More just rearranging the darkness. The darkness is alive, you know.
I stare into the void, and the void stares back.
So I
And
presume
as the
everyone is
void
following
would like
Karis.
cupcakes, it says yes.
Yep.
It's who is technically moving 60
What would-
foot around because that
what would
her
be-
ability lets her.
What would be the penalty for just not giving a shit about the glass and just proceeding forward?
You'll be treated as caltrops on every step.
Ah,
Yeah, I don't
Then-
advise.
that is some tough fucking glass. Yeah, proceed slowly then.
Doesn't help about your wearing heels.
Very true.
But it is definitely too much glass down here in all mines. So even with every wine bottle shattered, there's still way too much glass. But, you know.
But Amaya's the only one it bothers, so who cares?
As everyone else just kind of speeds along and Shiva is carried.
This is fine, she says, wrapped up in the hair, being dragged along to do that.
I mean, better than the glass.
Fair.
Imagine it's more like singing a giant hair hand.
A hair
Yeah.
thrown.
Nest.
Airlease is probably just going to follow the rest of the group ahead of Amaya. You know, if anything happens to Amaya, Airlease can alert them.
Okay, one moment.
That's why we should work in the cycles.
Amaya, what was your primary weapon?
What was my primary weapon?
Yeah, before coming down here and being given a dagger.
That would have been the Silver Merciful Mace.
Okay, that's fine. Alright, one moment, please. Sorry, it's just taking me a second to get this section set up. I wasn't actually expecting any of you to find it.
I'm sorry.
Basement?
Well, you decoded my binary, so it's perfect.
Like that was too weird of a block of binary to not be something.
I mean, do you want to tell the others who didn't
Yeah.
decode it what it was?
Yeah, it literally... The first little string he sent just said okay, and then the second block said roll perception. So I did.
And turns out the person who got it was the best person because they have sent.
Yeah, no, I'm walking around with a bite attack at the moment instead of scent.
Adeline, I hope you don't mind Aspen just being a balloon behind you.
That's fine.
Otherwise, you'd have to keep, like, jumping and gliding and jumping and gliding.
That's
Can we,
fine.
like, tie a string to him and pull him along?
Well, he's got a bunch of vines, so he just goes whoosh.
He's his own
Okay.
string.
So everyone else I'm going to have effectively arrive at the same time. Amar, you're going to be arriving late.
Okay.
It's not going to change much mechanically right now.
But
Yep.
I'm so much faster than them. They're all so slow.
True.
It really is. Compared to me. Ah, there we are. Oh. Okay, so... Yeah, we found Cadmy's orb, I think. But Kelvis is just going straight up to the body and checking it.
You go up to and check the body. Make a heal check.
This really is a whole lot of glass. Where's my heal?
There, you can choose to move half speed in here while walking to not trigger the caltrops.
Don't need to. Not well. Unless we go into combat.
Actually, stuff will drop Shiva off in the non-glassy bit.
Just sit
On top of a
on
barrel.
top of a barrel.
And this bit up here doesn't have glass, does it?
That's true. It doesn't.
This is kind of around that general spot. I understand where I'm putting myself over here.
Yeah. I mean, technically, she hit stuff at 10 feet reach, so you've got like... Yeah, you can go very easily.
28 heal.
He's covered in thousands of tiny cuts, like he's dragged himself through here. Out of... Yet something is not right. Because it looks like something has then bludgeoned him with a spiky yet piercing object. Not spiky and piercing. Bludgeoning. Like a blow for a bludgeoning and piercing object has hit him.
Yeah. So he was hit by some sort of spiked mace. Possibly before he decided to crawl through all of the broken glass, possibly trying to get away from said spiked mace.
Cadby lands on top of the body and sort of looks at the wound. She's gonna sort of push open one of the
Hundreds of little wounds.
this big bludgeon area. She's gonna sort of push open part of the impalement sections of that bludgeon wound. And is there like a piece of glass?
There are lots of little pieces of glass.
Right inside
Ah.
the wound.
Okay. Everyone, be careful.
We're rolling for initiative.
Yep, called it.
There may be some kind of... Oh, God! She says as one.